I almost got him. Check this place out. I don't know if anybody still lives here, but there's a big, huge, probably 400 or 500 pound pig that was just down there a second ago. Huh.
Chop, chop. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Today we are on our way to Saria from the town of Samos, and we will then begin our last 100 kilometers on the way to Santiago, which you have to complete in order to receive your Compostela. So last night, go ahead, Greg.
We just happened to walk around the monastery and followed a couple people up into what looked like the opening, and they were having a wonderful pilgrim's blessing mass, and it was really well done. I think we've been to 5 or 6, 7 of them so far. And this one was pretty well done, and well worth going to if you happen to be in Samos. Small town, a couple places to stay, a huge albergue in the monastery itself, but really dormitory communal type living conditions. And the weather today is good, humid, cool, and we went by a couple pretty nasty buildings like yesterday. One, there was just this, like a hog building. It must have been, I don't know, 100 meters long, 50 meters wide, little tiny windows, and you could hear the hogs inside just squealing. I'm sure the conditions are deplorable. I don't think they treat livestock here as humanely as we do in the States. Gut tells me that it's just it keeps them alive, and that's all they treat it as.
It's kind of sad, very sad actually. Between the dogs being chained up in the yards with, holes in their necks.
Yeah, that's something we haven't mentioned. It's called chaining, and apparently they do that here in Spain a lot, where they'll put a big, thick leather strap around its neck, tight. I mean, pulled super tight, so there's no way they can get off. And then they chain it to a pole or a tree with maybe 5 or 6 feet of slack, and that's where that dog lives its entire life. It eats, sleeps in its excrement. They treat all it is. They said
it's like a watchdog. It's like a doorbell.
Yeah.
The dog will bark when somebody comes, and that's the sole purpose, is for them to notify their owner when somebody's on their property.
And we learned about this from a guy, who's Australian, who is driving around doing the Camino with about 10 dogs, 7 or 8, 10 dogs, stopped chaining. And he showed us in detail a dog that he saved that the owner, he said, was just going to kill it and get something younger. And it had just huge scars and missing
raw open wound
on its neck, about an inch wide in 2 places. So just horrible. And I'm sure in the States it would definitely not be tolerated, but we have our problems there as well. So I'm wearing light pack today because my leg, from the symptoms, it's probably more of a stress fracture than it is a tendonitis, because there's no swelling, no redness, and it doesn't hurt all the time. But if you step wrong, it drops you. It's incredible. Never had this kind of pain or feel before, so likely that. So I get to carry the light pack for a little while, and I got my Sherpa over here carrying half, and then we're jettisoning the pack to the next place. So all good here. We'll check in with you a little later when we get closer, or at Saria. Look at that dude. They had to negotiate who went first across the trail. Near him. He's looking mad. I better leave him alone. Buenos días.
Buen día, buen camino.
Gracias. Look at that big old boy. Hello there, big guy. Yes. And that's what you see all the time. Look at this. Beautiful. There's an example of one right there. Who cares? All day long, that's all they stand there and bark. Look at them. Dirty, can't move, just get stuck to a... he's got about 10 feet of chain. But still, they say they go crazy.